Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's podcast time. When I go back to edit these, I get like that 5-second gap with the intro, and then I don't hear. So I always want to like pause for the time, but we don't need to do that.
No, we don't need to do that.
It throws me off.
The magic of editing.
Yeah.
We don't have to do some stuff.
The magic of editing.
I wish I could magically
Editor,
edit
put a
most of my
sparkle
life.
in my hand right now, and now we'll see if I did it later.
Yeah, we'll see.
It might be, yeah. Might be just an emoji. Anyways, go ahead, Jarvis. Do you want to... How coolly are you going to run through this intro?
I'm not.
I'm doing it for him this week, guys.
I'm not going to do it. I refuse to do it. And if I do it, it's not going to be cool. It's going to be humid.
I look pretty ran through this week, I'll be honest.
Oh, man, I feel it. I feel that way. Like, my glasses are very dirty and it's bothering me, but I'm not going to clean them. Nope. So, yeah, welcome back to Full-Time Movie Fans. I'm Jarvis, and this is my cool partner in the crime. And by crime, I mean podcasts. My partner in podcasts.
Help. Get me out. Help. That's my name.
Yeah, this is we're doing the thing.
You look so confused.
Where am I?
What's happening?
Yeah, so this might be a little confusing. The only way that this connects to anything is that it's getting later in the year and it's supposed to be cold. Because this movie is about a Jamaican bobsled team.
But much like Jamaica, it's too hot over here.
Yeah.
So we don't get
cold.
to know what cold is.
Yeah.
And
What
that's
is
why
cold?
Jarvis picked this movie, no other reason. Definitely wasn't John Candy.
Yeah, I've just been feeling nostalgic about John Candy recently. Been really wanting to do one of his movies. Some point we'll do another one. I think maybe Uncle Buck.
Maybe we will. Who knows? Maybe we will.
Yeah. You'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Maybe.
Or maybe not. So...
Do you want my first impressions? Because mine
Cool
are a lot
Runnings.
more recent. Yeah, Cool Runnings.
Yours are a lot more recent?
Yeah.
Like...
We watched it at the same time, apparently.
Well, I also...
this time around.
I also rewatched it before I came here.
Really?
Yeah, so...
That good.
When you said most recent, I was like, really? Most recent? I literally finished up the movie and then came over here.
When was the first time you watched it?
Oh, man, yeah. A long time ago. I was a young lad.
I wasn't even born.
You weren't even born yet when I watched this movie.
Yeah, so, you see one sports movie, you've seen them all.
No.
That is, yeah, you're correct.
Not really. Incorrect.
Yeah,
Wrong.
But for a while...
Because you've never seen a Jamaican bobsled team in any movie besides this one. I know you haven't.
Okay, Jarvis. He thinks he knows me. So, the 90s had a really big chokehold on inspirational sports movies. I think that most of the really good sports movies came from the 90s, like Remember the Titans.
Was that in the 90s?
The Longest Yard, Angels in the Outfield.
Oh, man. Angels in the Outfield.
That was a good one.
Well,
Talk about good sports movies.
We were very poor growing up, and we had a few movies, and Angels in the Outfield was one of those ones that we had, and we wore that tape out.
No, I completely understand. Johnny Tsunami.
Look, it's God's thumbnail.
I love Angels in the Outfield. I have fond memories of falling asleep at like 9 p.m. as a like 6-year-old to that movie.
Yeah.
With all of them.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, the power of community.
You know another 90s movie that's kind of weird that maybe we should watch?
What?
Indian in the Cupboard.
Oh my God.
You remember that?
Yes. That's a weird
Blast
movie.
from the past.
That's
right?
a weird book.
Dude, I felt like
It's a
you
weird
just
book
like
and a weird movie.
You had that time zone going back.
Yeah, I got
the core memories.
I got That's So Ravened just now.
I was gonna say you got what's it called, Ratatouille. It just took you back to
like
your child when you were a child.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
And you remember the main character's name?
No.
Emery.
Emery.
Little white kid.
Put it on your list. Oh, really? That's
Oh
crazy.
man, you guys have to watch it together, and I so badly want to hear.
No, that one's a crazy. It's like think Toy Story, but all of the worst parts.
That movie, like,
It's like all crazy.
dude. When I think of like '90s movies, that one particularly.
That one's
stands out.
definitely. That one's like if you mashed Toy Story with the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, and Small Soldiers
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. That's crazy. Cool Runnings though.
Yeah, Cool Runnings. We're here for Cool Runnings.
No one's,
John
no
Candy.
one's shoving Indians in cupboards in that one.
No Indians are going in or out of cupboards.
But there are some Jamaican Olympians.
Going out of Jamaica and into Canada for the Olympics.
to learn how to bobsled properly. So
Yeah, first
I stand by the fact that it's like every other sports movie, but I can say that this one probably like set the bar because we learned a couple of things before we started filming about this movie. Yeah, I said it.
You were on the. Oh,
I said it to you.
I thought it said filming before we started filming Cool Runnings, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you were
Yeah. I'm actually John Candy.
reincarnated.
Sorry to tell you. It's been me the whole time. I'm the one that you love.
Yes, it all makes sense now. That's why you've been so affectionate towards me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you remember the last time we were here, you mentioned sucking on my beard. I remember that vaguely.
Mentioning it, do you remember what happened after we finished recording? My God, Jarvis, come on.
So it's the epitome. So in your opinion, it's the epitome of '90s sports movies.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I would say epitome of sports movies.
Okay.
Just it's like it's got the same formula.
formula.
Oh no, somebody really wants to succeed. Ragtag team has to get together, learn how to get along. They fall apart a little bit, but then they get their act together, and then they persevere and succeed in their own merits.
Man, thanks for coming to Full Time Movie Fans. That was Cool Runnings.
That's every sports movie that's supposed to be inspirational, which isn't a bad thing. I will say there's two things that unfortunately get me every time.
Okay.
The first one is patriotism, really like strong patriotism
Yay,
in a movie.
America.
I'm not even joking. It gets me every time. Huh? Yeah, my white comes out. Thank you. Like Red Dawn, I cried, and Red Dawn, I cry at Saving Private Ryan. It gets me every time. I have no idea why. Nothing makes me want to enlist in the military like a good war movie. Simple said almost every straight white man has the same affect. All of our dads. Do you have that same feel for war movies? Or like Strong Pride, Top Gun.
I think as I get older, the less and the more beat down by late stage capitalism I get, the less patriotic I feel.
Fair enough.
The harder it is to make a buck and earn a
It still
living
gets me
wage.
though. It still gets me though. And
I would
those
say
military benefits also look real good the further into that late stage capitalism.
Yeah, you're right about that. The older I get, I feel like in some ways the less patriotic I feel. It used to be. I remember back in the day and back in.
But you watch a good movie. You're like, man,
for sure.
let me in that military right now.
But I'll say this: I think it's especially when it comes to a movie about. Well, the funny thing is the Olympics, right? I feel like there was a comedian, I forget who it was, but they were talking about the Olympics and how they're not really patriotic, but every time it's America, they start cheering and chanting in their living rooms. I think that's normal. I feel that way about the Olympics when it comes to rooting for America.
Well, you got to root for your team.
Yeah, you got to root for America. It's one of the only things that we can actually come together on.
It's in the Constitution.
Because it's America versus...
It's a law.
Yeah, because it's America versus everybody else, which is...
Well, we are the little guy.
Right. What were you asking me? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it gets you, but not as much anymore.
Not as much anymore.
So the second thing is, and it's almost always in sports movies, and I'm not a sports person like at all, but the common theme in it is when somebody who is doing their absolute best to succeed fails and they get back up anyway. That's the other thing that always get every single time. Yeah, it's an anime trope at this point too.
Yeah, here's the thing though that's so funny about this conversation and being patriotic. This is not about America. This is about Jamaica.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, but it gets me on the second part because of the spoilers of the ending. They don't succeed in their trying to get gold at the Olympics, which I also think is great because it would have felt a little cheap if they did. Yeah. And instead they like almost die.
Yeah.
And they have paramedics like running towards them after they've crashed, and they all just get out of their bobsled, lift it up, and cross the finish line anyway. And I was like, yes!
Yes! Jamaica! Yes! I mean America.
Go Jamaica! So yeah, that's my first impressions.
Yeah, that's the American spirit.
I like rooting for people. Yeah. Give me someone good to root for. I'll root for them.
Yeah, I should have just had the cries of a bald eagle behind them as they carried their bobsled across the finish line. I think that's how
I was going to say more patriotic things.
Oh, that's that thing where we talk about.
You're posting this after the big thing in America is going to happen. So.
Oh.
Don't put it in the don't talk about politics in the comments. I was going to say go vote, but I mean this is going to be a little too. Yeah, it's going to be a little too late for that.
And also we talked about this a little bit before we started recording this, not Cool Runnings. That this is a transition from spooky, scary skeletons to Thanksgiving and
that
family.
Whole month of Halloween movies we did.
Yeah. I think we were just like, let's do one Halloween movie, and then it turned into like 4 or 5.
Yeah, in my special upload, which you can go watch right now.
Yeah,
it's a Just Me
the
episode.
Definitive rankings.
It's 25 minutes of figuring out which Halloween movie you should watch. By my judgment,
I think we're gonna have to do a poll or something when it comes to Christmas time too for the greatest
that'd be
Christmas movie,
smart.
top
Let
3
everybody see the. We're going to do the same thing for Christmas. I don't know if he's going to record it or if I'm going to record it, but I'm watching Christmas movies. So,
yeah, I started quoting Elf already.
I'm going to give him a list of Christmas movies to watch that are going to force him to fill out that tier list properly.
Yeah. He's going to give me some homework.
Yeah. Yes, you can, please.
Yeah.
As long as A Christmas Kiss and A Christmas Prince both make the list. So, Jarvis, what are your impressions of Cool Runnings?
I was very impressed by Cool Runnings, actually.
Yeah.
When I was
like 8.
Okay, this came out in 1993, so I was 5 years old when it came out. I don't know the first time I remember seeing it.
Probably wasn't
seeing
5.
And remembering it was not 5, probably. But I do remember. It's one of those movies that we all have them. Sybil has them.
For sure she does.
That she watched as a kid that you're just like, I loved it so much as a kid. So it holds a special place in your heart right now.
Yeah.
Goofy movie is one of those. Actually, I was shopping for groceries and spent a ton of money on groceries because groceries are expensive. And the cashier, we got some little small talk. She's like, what are you doing later today? I'm like, I'm recording for our YouTube channel, and we do movies. And she's like, what's your favorite movie? And honestly, are you
picking up what I'm picking up over here?
It's like 9 o'clock.
I think that she was flirting, and Jarvis went,
I don't think
my
so.
podcast.
She was not, because it was just casual.
And she asked you what you're doing later, and you didn't go, you? Come on, Jarvis.
Wow.
Come on.
I'm such a failure.
Textbook.
Well, this is pretty par for the course for me if that's the case.
Renaming the channel to Full-Time Failure Fans.
Yeah. Only 2 times have I been flirted with where I felt like I caught on. And it was
that's a pretty good standard for a guy.
Because,
I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good.
Well, see, now you got me on a little tangent because so one time, and both of the times it was in college, I was a lot better looking back then.
Debatable.
Because I was younger, much younger, and I still had my high school bod. So, but anyways, oh yeah, this is fun. My first year at college, my mom got mad because for Thanksgiving, her first holiday, to be able to go back home, I decided to go to some friends that I met at college's home in
Nice.
Louisiana.
Nice.
Because they invited me. And I was like, I'm going to Louisiana. My mom was like, nope. And she's like, and she drove up 12 hours from San Antonio to Springfield, Missouri.
That's pretty good.
To take my car,
I think you told me
my
this
car
story.
away. The first car that I ever had that
Yeah.
was new, because she didn't trust my old the truck that I had before she helped me get my first brand new vehicle for college was 2 years older than me and had well over 150, 160,000 miles on that truck. She's like, I don't want you to drive up there because I don't know if I want something, you need to have something reliable with the warranty. And so within like 3 or 4 months of college, she's like, well, you know what? If you're not going to come to San Antonio, then you don't have the car.
Yeah, you don't need a reliable vehicle.
I literally spent Thanksgiving driving from San Antonio back up to Springfield, Missouri. That was my Thanksgiving. And I stopped at a gas station on a big, long toll road in Oklahoma. And I remember walking into the gas station, and she was kind of walking out, and I saw her look me up and down. And I was like, nice.
Hell
The
yeah,
other time was
Jarvis.
some girl that worked at Burger King, and there was somebody else there, and he was like, she was totally flirting with you. And I was like, yeah, I know. Actually, do remember one more time, a friend of mine checked me out. I was like, I was talking, and I looked over, and she just got done, her eyes going back up to where they should be up here. And I was like, did you just check me out? She was the kind of girl that was like, yeah, so. I was like, okay. She was very straightforward. But anyways.
Yeah.
No,
You could've
I don't
picked up
think
a girl
so.
today.
But anyways, I told her, and she hit me with what's your favorite movie? And recency bias, all I could think of was a Goofy movie.
That's fine. That's a fine choice.
But I should have said Everything Everywhere All at Once.
As long as it's not Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. I'm being tossed things again.
The Fury. Well, see, so I'll say that this is one of those movies that I watched as a kid that was so great to me that I was like, I think we should watch this. And I'm sure it was not special to you, but it's special to me.
Yeah, you're correct. It wasn't special to me.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, not every movie has to be like a very special movie.
Yeah,
to
we don't
everybody.
have to like it to the same degree.
I have a running theory that every movie is somebody's favorite.
Man, I hope not. Because there's some movies out there.
There's some 8-year-old out there that's like, I love the Emoji Movie.
I thought you were gonna
so
say.
me.
I thought you were gonna say Hereditary.
I do
There's
know
some
somebody.
8-year-old
I
there's
do
some
know
8-year-old.
somebody who would claim that Hereditary is their favorite movie.
As an 8-year-old,
Sure. I'm not naming names. I'm not dropping names on the podcast. That's rude.
yeah, put their name in the comments. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Put your name in the comments. You know who you are.
Jinx.
So yeah, that's Jarvis's impression of Cool Running.
I really like it. It's so fun. John Candy is a gem. I freaking love his movies so much. And honestly, the novelty of just a Jamaican bobsled team is just all perfect for me.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just a feel good movie. Makes me feel good. And that's what I want to experience right now because life is kind of sucky. In general, but especially now.
For reference, we're like 2 days away from the end of this election cycle in America, and it's never fun.
Yeah.
So we need some cool runnings in our life right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Which I can agree with.
because the candidates that are running are anything but cool. Come on, can I get a high five? Come
High
on,
five
come
you.
on, come on, come
You
on.
can get a high five from the frog. Here you go.
All right,
The frog isn't registered.
we
to
don't really
vote.
have any cool candidates, but
Hey, full-time MFers, you like this video? 'Cause we sure did. If you liked it, maybe you should share it with your friends. Maybe like the video and subscribe.
if we were you, that's what we would do. If I was watching this,
I'd be all over that.
Like, and I'd hit that share, and then I would hit that subscribe in
Yeah.
that order.
Yeah. There's also another video that's popped up. YouTube thinks you like this one, so you should watch that one now.
See you next time.